My Destined 1, Tensura x Arifureta by Void Kane. Ch23. Another girl and gravity magic in another universe far away. Akame. That was the name of this wandering girl. This girl is 20 years old and is the world's greatest assassin. She contains a special ability. This ability makes just a scratch kill her enemy. She calls it deadly poison. This girl was the main participant in the coup against the Empire. The Empire was the biggest and most powerful country in the world, but it was also a rotten, corrupt and disgusting country. So Akame and her companions planned a coup against the imperial government and it worked. But at what price? The rebel group killed the top imperial leaders at the cost of themselves. Akame lost everything and everyone. His friends and even his Irma. The only one left was her beloved. But even he was gone. In the last battle he fought with all his might and died, taking his enemy with him. That was the worst moment of Akame's life. She felt lost, but now the government had been destroyed and a new government built by the rebels was established. So she had to help, because that was the only thing left. Akame did her job by killing whoever was needed. She did this for a long time and one day she was ordered to kill a powerful witch. This witch was powerful, but she knew she couldn't beat Akame. So she used the rest of her life force and cursed Akame. This curse made Akame lose control of her powers. And now besides her sword her hands also contained the deadly poison. She couldn't turn off that poison and when she had gloves on she couldn't touch anyone or that person would die. It was horrible. She told her country about her condition and said she would look for a cure. So she started to look for a cure. 0. It has now been 3 years. She never found a cure and no one had even heard of one. She was losing hope. She could not touch anyone or the person would die. This caused horrible accidents in these 3 years. She was in a not very busy town and entered an inn. The inn was very clean, but it was kind of old. She sat down at the counter and ordered a large amount of food. "I wonder how you are so thin," a man in a robe who was sitting next to her at the counter asked. She did not answer. She simply ordered a water as if the man had not said anything. The bartender poured her a water and she took it. "I see. You need plenty of energy when you're the world's greatest assassin." She was dumbfounded. The government had publicly declared that Akame had died in the fight against the witch. So they didn't have many people who knew of her survival and even those who knew couldn't find her. So how did this man find her? "Have you come to kill me?" she asked the man. The man just turned and walked out of the inn as if to tell her to follow him. She followed him out of the inn and the man went to a grass field and stopped looking at the sunset. "I want to hire you." "I refuse." She wouldn't do any more jobs, no matter what the man said. "I can reward her well. I have no interest in money." She turned and started to walk away. "I can heal her." She stopped walking at the man's words and asked, "Can you really?" She had no doubt that the man knew of her curse since he found her here in a random town. "Yes. I know someone who will cure you if you do as I command." "Then I'll do it." She didn't even hesitate. She had no way of knowing if it was true, but it was her last hope. "May I know the name of my contractor?" The man took off his cloak and revealed himself. He was a handsome man with blonde hair and blue eyes. His clothes were golden and he had a halo behind his head. "My name is EHT. I come from another world and am a subordinate of Velda-sama. Nice to meet you. I need you to kill someone." This part will be developed further in the future so don't forget it. N2. Yes, this is the character from the anime, Akame ga Kill. But no other characters from this universe will appear. You also don't need to watch the anime to understand her story. Filled circle filled circle filled circle. No, Mildy never die. Yes, Mildy's scream was heard as her core exploded. Victory! Shia celebrated excitedly. You seeing her like that raised her thumb and spoke. Shia, good job. Thank you, Yu-san. Shia discreetly looked at Hajime and Hajime received a nudge from Rimuru. It was as if he said, "Go soon." Hajime approached the confused Shia and squatted down beside her. "You did a great job, Shia." Hajime spoke and stroked her head. Shia was so happy that her ears and tail began to wiggle. "Oh. Thank you, Hajime-san. Eehee. She looked so adorable that you also went and stroked her head. Hajime-san and Yu-san are being so nice to me. I'm very happy." Sakura gave Rimuru a discreet glance and he noticed. Sakura-chan. Yi. Yes? He approached her and. Good job. He gave her a hug and stroked her head. She stood on his chest with a happy expression. Sorry to break the mood, but. Mildy spoke. Immediately she sensed Hajime Yu and Shia's murderous intent. Rimuru already knew that she wouldn't attack and continued hugging Sakura. Sakura trusted Rimuru and did nothing either. Wait, I just want to talk. I'm just using the rest of my energy to talk. Hajime checked with his magic eye and spoke, all right, it's true. Yu and Shia rested again. So what do you want? I just want to warn you guys. If you want to take all the magic from us, liberators, neither the gods nor the church will stand still. So I think you'd better be careful. Can you tell where the other dungeons are? Mildy explained the positions of the dungeons. Wow, there are some that are pretty far away. Hey, what happened to that annoying way of talking? I wanted to give you a taste of what it will be like to fight them. Those guys are really annoying. Anything else? Keep living by your own will. That's what I want for the world. The core erased and the body began to fade away. Yu approached it and said. Rest in peace. I thought she was boring, but she was different. Shia and Yu were looking at the disappearing body half sad. We're done here, right? Let's move on. Yeah, let's go soon. Hajime and Rimuru spoke as if nothing was happening. Hajime-san, don't spoil the mood. They climbed onto a platform that went toward the last room. Mildy was making a scene before. Yes, that twisted personality was no pretense. Rimuru spoke up and Hajime seemed to agree. Why do you guys keep spoiling the mood? Yu and Shia didn't understand their reactions. Sakura spoke up. Yes, she really was annoying. Even you, Sakura-san. Sakura had the same hunch as Hajime, and knowing Rimuru's great analytical skills, seeing the way he reacted, her hunch was almost confirmed. Look, it's not that we don't read the mood, it's just that we don't want to get into it. They entered the last room. Yup, Mildy-chan Rekvive. Mildy Raisin was there. She was shaped like a small golem with a happy face and a yellow cloak. Shia and Yu didn't say anything, they just stared in shock. Just as I imagined. Hajime spoke half bored. Yes, it's me, Mildy Raisin lived. Did you guys think I was dead? Foo. When she said that, Mildy felt a murderous intent from Shia and Yu. Hun. Did I overreact? Well, sorry, they left a bump on Mildy and went to collect their prize. Well, enter the magic circle. I'm going to start now. The circle glowed and they received the magic. Just as I imagined. Yes, it will be quite useful. Gravity magic Hein. They were analyzing their new magic. You and Bunny don't have much aptitude, but the others can use it very well. And that is the proof of conquest. She told Hajime and handed over a ring. Gee, that's boring. Rimuru muttered softly, but everyone heard. Rimuru-san, what do you mean by that? Shia asked, confused, and the others looked at him waiting for the answer. Well, how can I say that, is that I already had that magic. He acquired that magic from one of his subordinates, Carrera. Everyone was so indignant that they couldn't even say anything. Hey, what's up with this kid? Huh? First he nullifies my attack easily and now he says he already had that magic. How can someone like that exist? Mildy spoke indignantly. Rimuru needs to learn common sense. Yu spoke, everyone agreed. Who? Rimuru couldn't say anything since he was really very strong and said things like, I already have this super powerful magic. Supernaturally. Good thing Rimuru-san is on our side. Okay, he's a hacker, we already know, but what else do you have for us, Mildy? Since when did I go from cheater to hacker? Rimuru wanted to ask, but realized it wasn't the time. Huh? What do you mean more stuff? In the other maze I had several weapon designs and several useful things. What else do you have, Hein? I don't have anything else. Stop swinging me around like that. Hajime was swinging Mildy as if to make things fall out of his pockets. Mildy eventually handed over a stone that would allow Hajime to make golems. You guys are just as rude as that Chloe girl. Why doesn't anyone treat me right? Chloe? Did you say Chloe? Rimuru asked in amazement. The others looked at him with curiosity. Yes, she is a heroine I summoned. I asked her to kill those shitty gods, but she just left saying she had to find her beloved or something. She didn't even consider my request. Mildy-chan is a poor thing, yeah. I see. Rimuru was very happy that Chloe had not been summoned here by the gods. And if she was also looking for him, it would be a lot easier to find them. Hajime and the others were checking a pile of things they had picked up from Mildy. Unwanted visitors must go down the drain. Mildy pulled a rope and hung from it. The ground opened up and running water began to flow down, taking the group along. Yu was going to use a wind magic to float down, but I won't let you. She raised her finger and gravity increased several times, causing them to go down the drain. Filled circle, filled circle, filled circle. They found themselves in a river and swam up. They got out of the river and began to dry themselves off. What about Shia? Rimuru noted. Hajime jumped into the water and saw Shia passed out. He picked her up in his arms and carried her out of the water. Shia, wake up. Using the holy water wouldn't work in this case, so Hajime tried mouth-to-mouth breathing. Sakura and Yu were dumbfounded, not understanding the reason for the kiss. Rimuru already knew what it was, so he explained it to them. It's okay this time. Yu spoke half-heartedly. HMPH. Shia coughed up water and Hajime, seeing that it was working, continued. Newly awake Shia grabbed Hajime and kissed him with gusto. She tied her arms and legs around him and kissed him for a while. Hajime finally escaped and threw her back into the river. Drown yourself again, you miserable rabbit. Why had Shia drowned? When she was swimming to the surface, she saw a fish with a face in front of her. So far so good, but are you all right, miss? The surprise of having a fish speak was so great that she inhaled unintentionally. Filled circle, filled circle, filled circle. We want 2 rooms, and a bath as soon as possible. You are those people from before. They arrived at the Masaka Inn. Rimuru offered to use magic to dry their clothes, but that might burn their clothes, so they went wet into town. The girl at reception saw them and turned red. 2 hours, what do you plan to do there so long? Nothing, we just want to take a bath. That's a lie, I know you guys. The girl's mother punched her in the head to make her stop talking and said, I'm sorry about my daughter, you can go take your bath. Hajime took a bath that Yu and Shia invaded again, so he was about to leave when. You again? There was the girl at the front desk trying to peek through the door. Sorry. She was punished by spanking from her mother later. Rimuru and Sakura slept together again, and Sakura seemed closer after Rimuru's hug. She even hugged him in her sleep. Filled circle, filled circle, filled circle. The group decided to take an adventuring job for fun. They picked up an escort job with the same destination as them. They introduced themselves to the client. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am the merchant leader Morenos. By the way, that demi-human over there. Would you like to sell her? No, Hajime immediately refused Moreno's offer. Shia was an important companion for him now. Hajime would never get rid of her, especially not for money. But the merchant would not give up so easily. Are you sure? I can pay good value. That hair color is rare. Look, let me save you some time. Even if God asked me to, I wouldn't give it away. He spoke and put his hand on Shia's shoulder to reassure her. Her cheeks flushed red at Hajime's words. Good. I'll give up for now. He spoke and got into the carriage. Shia turned to Hajime. Hajime-san, oh. Thank you. Don't worry, you are our companion now. We won't abandon you. That's right. Yes, we have to protect our companions. Well, I like Shia too. Hajime, Yu, Rimuru, and Sakura spoke in that order. They climbed into another carriage and Shion felt herself hugging Hajime's left arm and Yu's right arm. Sakura let Rimuru lie on a lap pillow. She was a little flushed, but she seemed happy, and every now and then she was admiring his beauty. He did the same. Ah, Sakura-chan, I forgot. Here, for you. He stood up as if remembering something and took a beautiful flower from his infinite space. He handed it to Sakura. Here, it's for your hair. I found it when we were returning to the city and thought it would suit you. I put a preservation spell on it so it doesn't rot. I hope you like it. Thank you. She took the flower and thanked him normally, but she was a little embarrassed, so she seemed to have liked it. No one said anything, but Hajime could feel Yu and Shia's gazes saying, I want a gesture like that too. Rimuru returned to her lap pillow and Hajime spoke. Do you two want to say something? No, nothing. They knew it would be unfair to ask Hajime to do something like that now, so they denied it by looking away. Filled circle, filled circle, filled circle. It was evening and they were eating dinner of the food that Shia cooked for them. Shia was the one who cooked best, so they let her make the food and helped her. The other adventurers were also eating their food and helped as well. When Moreno saw Hajime take things from his ring, his merchant spirit soared again and he offered several things in exchange for the ring, but Hajime rejected everything. When they were eating, one of the watchmen called out, "There's an attack. There are over 100 monsters." The adventurers prepared to flee, but Yu spoke up. "Leave it to me. Don't forget the corner." Hajime whispered in her ear. It would be awkward for the others if someone used a magic without a chant. Yu went ahead and raised her hand. She then began the chant. "He, who illuminates all darkness with stunning light, shatters shackles of eternal prison, crosses all in his path. The strongest invokes your power, and together we become the light that swallows the heavens." Draconic thunder. From the skies a giant thunder came out with a dragon head. He went towards the creatures and decimated them. First he went straight and then wrapped himself around the monsters to let none escape. This was a magic that Yu created by mixing electrical magic with gravity magic. What magic is that? I've never seen magic like that. Amazing. The other adventurers talked among themselves and after that began to treat Yu very respectfully. The group continued their journey and when they arrived near the town, Morenos came to talk to them again. "Are you sure you don't want to sell your artifacts or the demi-human? You have very beautiful girls with rare hair. If you walk around with powerful artifacts too, something might happen, like an accident with the girls." Morenos threw a threat and Hajime was about to move when. Was that a threat? Morenos saw a blade on his neck. Rimuru was behind him and released Demon Lord Haki. The pressure coming off Rimuru made the merchant let out an involuntary groan. Rimuru's group did not have the Haki directed at them, but they saw the reaction of Morenos and the adventurers beside them. "I guess a smart man with you should know who not to mess with, right?" Rimuru knew a lot about merchants as he had a friend named Murmiles who was a merchant in body and soul. Murmiles told him that some merchants will do anything to get what they want. So he decided that it was better to threaten this guy here so he wouldn't become a nuisance in the future. Yes. Morenos replied in a shaky voice. Rimuru turned off his Haki and Moreno's side. They arrived in the city and received their payment.